Sup everyone, Biggs is back. We're still in the truck. Ray's driving. Ray did not drive the whole trip, just saying. We got Johnny in the back, Mr. Sabo. Now for people that don't know, if you don't know, I don't know where you've been, but everybody always badgers me about Thomas Cichlid tuba. Hey Biggs, you're one of the first people in the world to ever breed Thomas Cichlid tuba. Incorrect. It is this gentleman right here in the back, Mr. Slimecoat himself. We've been dear friends for many, many years, and he was in the vehicle before. He was in the other vehicle. Now we're in this vehicle. We're on day 3. So if you saw the videos before this, day 1 was more than like a day and a half. That was the long road down. We got ourselves all the way down to Kokomo, Indiana. Go watch video 1. Super exciting. 2 dudes in a truck. Video 2, we stopped in Kokomo, Indiana, and we stayed overnight with a dear friend that we haven't seen for 4 or 5 years now, and it's an absolute legend in aquatics, the man himself, Mr. Jeff Cardwell. If you've ever kept fish and you don't know who Jeff Cardwell is, you should go read a book. But today, we woke up this morning super refreshed. We had a great breakfast, and we got in the car, and we drove about an hour and a bit away to see another absolute legend. We went and saw the man himself, Mr. Dead Fish, the legendary Charlie Grimes. Everybody knows who Charlie Grimes is. Am I right, Ray?
Yeah.
Everybody knows, right, John?
Absolutely.
Yeah, see, that's my favorite. Everybody needs to know who Charlie Grimes is. If you don't, Charlie's been doing fish longer than books are around, so don't go read a book. You should just know this. But we went and did an awesome time with Charlie. Him and his wife Annie made us an amazing, amazing lunch. We had some awesome Cajun jambalaya. Ooh, it was spicy. It was delish. And then we went and toured around Charlie's room. Charlie's getting older, and he has a lot of mobility issues now, but he's still an absolute legend of aquatics. He's a generalist. He keeps a bit of everything, so we got to tour kind of his fish room. He's kind of rebuilding right now. It's really, really cool. A lot of neat fish and stuff. So go check that one out. And now today, we are on our final leg of the pilgrimage. We are heading to the Triple Crown, and the ACA, the American Livebearer Association, the American Killifish Association, and the North American chapter of ANCFA, which is the Australian New Guinea Fish Association. This thing is going to be insane. And as I mentioned in one of the videos, one of the first videos, a lot of people are going to be there. There's going to be lots and lots of YouTubers, not good YouTubers. There's going to, I'll be there, so it's okay. But there's going to be lots of lower end YouTubers. They're going to be there, and they're going to be wandering around with their gimbals and their cameras, and they're going to be shooting the whole thing, and it's going to be wicked cool. Go watch their videos because it's going to be awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing all them as well. But I can't do that. I got to do something a little bit different. Now, one thing that's hugely different that's going to set us apart from everybody else is everybody that's attending this event, well, just our group of 6 Canadians and the legendary Mr. Ad Konings. Everybody knows who Ad Konings is, right? The African cichlid guy. And Mr. Juan Miguel Artigas from Mexico, the cichlid room companion guy. These are 2 of the absolute monsters in fish keeping. Well, them and us are actually staying at Rusty Wessel's house. So we got a special inside trip. We're going to be staying, we're only the elite, only the cream of the crop, the elite few get that privilege. And then there's us. So we're going to have a good time there. But because we're staying there at Rusty's place, we're going to be able to bring you guys some inside things that you won't see in any of the other videos. Now, there's going to be 2 massive tours of the Rusty Wessel Fish House. I'll put a link up in the corner to the video that I did of my tour when I was there 3 years ago, I guess it was. And it's absolutely insane. If you've never seen a video on Rusty Wessel's Fish House, it's legitimately that. It's a house built specifically for fish. Nobody lives in this house other than fish. Super, super cool. Go check it out. It's up in the corner there. But because I'm going to be there, and I know there's these 2 massive tours, we get to take you behind the scenes and show you stuff that they won't be able to see. So we're going to continue on our road trip there. Next stop is the Rusty Wessel Fish House. Talk to you in a bit. Cheers. Well, we made it. We are in Louisville, and we're at Rusty Wessel's place. There's our kind of home away from home for the next week or so. But I thought I'd kind of give you guys a peek. The first tour actually starts today. So this was actually the footage the next day. Yesterday, the weather wasn't good. It was raining, and it was pouring again this morning. So it's like 1,000 degrees, super humid. Not usually weather that a Canadian like me would experience this fast. But one way or another, we're gonna get the footage for you guys. Let's go take a peek. Well, this is the Rusty Wessel Fish House. Now, for those that may not know, can't believe any of you wouldn't, but this isn't his house. His house is over there. This is just the fish house. His fish collection kept growing, and he finally set it up in a separate place. I'll give you guys just a quick little peek for those that may not be coming to the fish tours. Everything in the fish house, it's just rows and rows of tanks. And pretty much almost all the fish in this house, except for a few exceptions, if it's Central American in origin, these are all fish that he collected himself. So there's a few Nanacara Akita there. Those are fried, they've grown up from a spawn from before. He's kind of diversifying a little bit more now. Instead of just keeping, he's always been the mainstay for Central American cichlids and very, very obscure wild live bears. He's got all sorts of different live bears in the fish house. It's not the best fish house for taking video or photography. It is very, very challenging in here. What you may not notice, but if I put the camera up, those are skylights, not the oval-shaped ones, but all these square ones. These are all skylights. And what he does is he generally doesn't leave lights on in the fish room, just because there's so much work going on behind the scenes right now to get everything tip-top and looking pretty for the event tonight, the first one. So the lights happen to be on. But when it's all naturally lit, it's very, very challenging. You can see my reflection in almost everything we do. Some gorgeous roseline sharks. I believe he got those from Kevin Cumberton over at Tangled Up in Cichlids. Beautiful frontosas. All sorts of, I believe these are MOBA frontosas. They're absolutely gorgeous. All sorts of beautiful South and Central Americans. Some gorgeous Alphari, a Lake Victorian species here. There's a Madagascar Paratilapia, some black Mexican gars. They are just super, super cool. It's a nice big bifasciatum. All sorts of cool stuff. Even this tank over here has even other Madagascar cichlids in it as well. So just all sorts of stuff. Kind of whet your guys' appetite before the big event tonight. For those that aren't going to be here today or tomorrow, this is really showing you guys what you are missing out on. This is this big, large colony of Rio Otapa swordtails. These things are massive. These things are probably all of 4-inch, some of those big males in there, easily 4-inch. And then he's also got Cilia mexicanus there. So he's got 2 different species in there, 2 totally different genera, so there's no issues of hybridization. All sorts of super cool stuff. Verne, a nice big group of Bicorti growing up. Kind of hard to see them with all the lighting. But the reason he does the lighting this way, and the other facet he does his heating similar too, is what he does is he tries to mimic the natural environments. So there will be the seasonal changes of the dropping of the temperature in the fall, and it mimics the area that he's explored mostly all over Central America. It mimics those areas as best. So the fish get that seasonal change. It makes the fish last a lot longer, and it's healthier for them. There's another big, I believe this is some sort of Iliodon, another big Gudaid. This would be a Mexican live bear species. A little bit larger species. I'm not certain on the exact species, but it might be Iliodon xanthushi. It might be Iliodon furcidens. I'm not an expert when it comes to some of these obscure live bears. Some nice, looks like some Quetzals growing up, which would be a Vieja melanurus. And he's got a big, giant honker of a Piercii sitting here. And he has another one in the tank over here. Big, old, beautiful fish. This tank here, I haven't seen him out today. I believe it's this tank. It's either this tank or the tank beside it. But he has a fairly nice group of Tomocichlid asfraci that he collected himself in Panama when he went down there with Dan Sharifi. So absolutely outstanding. There's some nice Tomocichlid tuba. So we're going to go outside and take a peek at the other stuff. But gives you guys a quick glimpse at the amazing Rusty Wessel Fish House. Spend some time on the grounds, and you can also see his incredible collections of traveling those areas. He absolutely loves all the different forms of succulents and cacti, and they blend really well into the landscape around his ponds. He actually has 1, 2, 3, 4 ponds, and now he has 2 deck ponds. But this is the main pond. This is the big koi pond, and they actually use this as a naturalized swimming pool. It has a massive filtration system, and absolutely world quality, imported from Japan, top quality, beautiful, healthy koi. Gorgeous patio seating area here. You can see we got all sorts of chairs and tables set up for everything that's going to be happening tonight. It's absolutely a wonderful place. We've been sitting here every night since we got here, sitting down, having a few beverages, just enjoying the beautiful pond. Here's another one of the beautiful ponds. Look at those incredible fish. Now I'll put a link up in the video here when we post it, instead of going into a bunch of detail about the different ponds and the different fish house. I did a video tour a year or so ago when I was here last, and it goes and we show you the whole filtration system and everything like that, but this definitely gives you guys a good glimpse into this incredible setup at the Rusty Wessel Fish House. That's it for now, guys. See you next time. Take care.